Joining me now is a man fighting December 8th in Dublin in the PFL. Nate the Great Kelly. How are you doing today, sir?
All good. Thanks for having me on. Excited to be
Oh,
here.
man, I'm pumped that you're here. How's training coming along? How's the weight? How's everything feeling right now?
Really good. Like the weight's perfect. I'm really light now. Like everything's going well. Preparation has been amazing. Like it's been a great 10 weeks of training now. Like I've had great preparation coming into this fight, and I feel really good. Like I'm ready to step in there. Like if he wanted to fight me now, I'd be ready to step in there and fight him now. So I'm ready to rock. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what that training room is like, because from what I've heard, SBG Ireland, that's a war room. Like, what is it like in there on sparring days?
Yeah, it's all high level guys. Like, do you know what I mean? You know when you go into training that you can't have an off day because you're not gonna have an easy round. So I'm just really grateful that I get to train in such an amazing gym. Like you go in, there's a bunch of killers on the mats day in, day out, and the level of training that we have is just something that you don't see in this country or in many other countries, Europe, all over the world. Like, do you know what I mean? I think we're up there with all the top gyms, so it's amazing to be able to train with these guys day in, day out.
Dude, and it's insane. SBG Ireland, while there is fighters in every major organization, it's crazy that just in like 8 years, they've gone from a small gym in Dublin to being compared to like ATT and AKA. Like, what a transition this gym has had.
Yeah, I know, and especially because I've been training SPG since I'm 7 years of age, so I've seen the development of the gym throughout the years, and it's crazy looking back on it now. The gym that we first joined, and then the gym that we're in now is like a bleeding. It's a HQ, like, do you know what I mean? It's a monster of a gym, and it's called the Monster for a reason. So it's amazing to see the levels that we've gone up in the past few years, and we're not stopping anytime soon as well. I think every year we're just getting better. The win record is getting higher, and there's more guys coming through, and we're in a really good place. SPG is, and I think we're going to be for the next few years.
Man, you've been there since you were 7 years old. Now you're fighting in the PFL in your own backyard here in Dublin. What's it mean to be competing in the PFL in Dublin?
It's amazing. Like, do you know what I mean? It's dreams to reality stuff. Like, it's something that I've dreamed about since I'm a kid. Is fighting for a major organization in my hometown in the Tree Arena, and to get to do this at 19 years of age, it's just the only word I can think of is grateful. Like, do you know what I mean? I've worked hard for this moment my entire life, basically. Like, I've been focused and determined since I'm a kid to get here and to be here in this position, and so I'm just ready to go, and I'm ready to showcase to the whole world my skills on such an amazing event, and in my hometown as well. It's you can't read this stuff. It's amazing.
Man, and you said that the game plan for Calum Seaton was to add him to your highlight reel. Tell us a little bit more what you're planning in this bout.
I'm gonna make it spectacular. Yeah, it's not just gonna be I'm going out there to try to win. I'm going out there to put on a show. Like, I'm gonna give the fans their money worth with this one. I think I might be first fight in the card, so get in early doors, and you're not gonna want to miss this one. It's gonna be exciting, and it's gonna be spectacular. I'm going out there to put on a show, and as I said, add him to my highlight reel. That's what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for an emphatic finish early on, and that's what I see coming.
And absolutely. Ending the year on a huge knockout. And then what do you want in the next year? What's the plan?
Knock a few more people out, make some more money, and now it's just keep growing, keep developing, keep adding more people to my highlight reel, and just then see where we are the next year or so, and hopefully then make the jump to professional, and to just grow from there again, and steamroll through a few more people and collect a bit more money on the way.
Man, you did say that you started at the SBG Ireland gym at 7 years old. I did see
Yeah.
the photos of you and Cage Warrior Connor. Like, it's amazing how long that you two have known each other. You were there for Connor Mania. What was the mood like in the city and in the gym when all of that was going down?
It was crazy. I remember I went to Connor's last fight in Cage Warriors when he knocked out Ivan Bushing, or so, I think his name was something like that.
Yeah.
And I remember being in the crowd for that one and seeing Connor after the fight, and everything was just nuts. Like, do you know what I mean? At that time, winning two Cage Warriors belts was like, this is amazing. And then a few years later, he goes and wins two UFC titles. But he's always kind of been talking about doing these things, and to see where he is now, and to see what he's accomplished, and to have been around him on the come up, like, do you know what I mean, when he's been saying these things, and then he goes and does them all. It's amazing. It's motivating, like, do you know what I mean, to have somebody so close to home to see do these amazing things. It gives you that motivation to know that you can go and do it too. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That's the message. He can do it. You can do it. Now, let's be realistic here. I know you're a little biased. What do you think the future holds for a Conor McGregor?
I think we see a return. I think we see a great return. Yeah, I think hopefully it'll be him and Chandler. I think that's a good fight. I'm excited to see that fight, and I think that he'll go out there and he'll put Chandler out quite handy, and then I think that he'll make a good run at it. I think he's really locked in now. He's really focused. He's training hard. He has good guys over with him training in Dubai, and I think we're gonna see a great return, and hopefully early on 2024. Yeah.
Man, cannot wait. It's going to be absolutely awesome to see. But we had a big event coming up here on December 8th. Now, what was the original inspiration for getting you into fighting? Was it Conor, or was there some other fighters and you just met Conor at the gym? Like, how did that kind of timeline work?
I started kickboxing when I was 4, so the main reason that I started like fighting and kickboxing and stuff was because I was just a bit of a mental kid. Like, do you know what I mean? I'd be going around fighting people all the time, and I was a bit nuts, had a bit of a temper. So my mom knew that she had to throw me into something fairly early on. So I joined kickboxing. There was a kickboxing gym in my school, Calum Martial Arts, and I'm still with them now. Actually, to this day, 15 years on, and then a few years later, my uncle's friend actually just texted him and was like, there's this gym. I know your nephew's in the fight and he does the kickboxing and stuff like that. And I kind of always watched the MMA sometimes. Like, I'd watch GSP, Anderson Silva, stuff like that. And it was just kind of like, oh, I was always interested in martial arts and fight, and it was just something that I was always passionate about. So I started with the kickboxing, and then I eventually made the jump over then to SBG and was continuing to do both, competing both. And it's just been my life ever since. I don't really know a life outside of martial arts because it feels like this is what I've been doing forever. Like,
Oh yeah, no, like you said, you were a bit of a mental kid. I understand. That's why you and I are doing this and not like a real job, like a normal person job.
yeah, of course.
But I'm a little bit more of a kickboxing guy. If all money was the same, do you think you would rather be in kickboxing than MMA?
I don't know. I think I'm so passionate about all the different sports. Like, do you know what I mean? I love jujitsu. Like, I love going to jujitsu class. I love training jujitsu. I love wrestling. I love the whole puzzle of it all. Like, do you know what I mean? There's so many different aspects to it. So I think that's why I prefer MMA, is because I get to do everything. Like, I get to do my strike and jujitsu, wrestling. There's so many things I get to do. But I think I'd still like the fight kickboxing. Like, do you know what I mean? If there's good offers out there, like, there's still big promotions in kickboxing, and you can always do kind of things on the side. So I love kickboxing. I love striking. It was my first love, and I'd still like to fight kickboxing. Like, if there was the right offer there, the money was right. You know what I mean, down the line a few years time, and it's a big enough fight. I'd definitely hop back in there. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And I would absolutely love to see it. But now you are making you're in the big show, you're in the PFL, and now a lot of people are going to be looking up to you as a fighter that inspires them to get into the sport. What advice would you pass on to these people who are maybe just starting out in MMA because of you?
I'd say it's just I think MMA and whole life in general is just about having that. I'll stick to it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the days that you wake up and you're tired and you've after having a hard session the night before, it's just that thing saying, do you know what? Like, today I'm not gonna miss this. I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna give it my all, and then I'm gonna do the same thing tonight, and then I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna have to do the same thing tomorrow, and I'm gonna have to do this for not for a week or not for a month or not for a few days. This is going to be basically for the rest of my life. And it's when you come to that realization that it's like you don't get to pick and choose when you want to work hard. It's like it has to be that constant work, that constant hard work, day in, day out for years on end. It's not just a few days thing, or it's not like I'll go into training camp now. It's you have to be training constantly and constantly working hard. And it's about believing in yourself as well. Like, do you know what I mean? And people might look at you like you're nuts. And people are probably looking at me like I was nuts, a crazy little 11-year-old kid saying that he's this and that. But I think when you have that self belief, it can take you far and it can take you to where you want to go.
Absolutely amazing. It's the discipline that really gets you over and above in this sport. Because I remember being a teenager and I thought, like, man, I'm going to make it in this sport, but I'm going to go out drinking for a couple of weeks and then I'll hit the gym later on. It didn't work out. You actually have to
Yeah.
be in the gym every day. It's hard to do. It's hard to stay disciplined, right?
Yeah, no, of course. And as much as I love training, I love fighting, it's what I love to do. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm grateful that I get to do what I love to do day in, day out. But sometimes, you know what I mean, we all have them days. Even when you love to do it, you wake up sometimes you're like, oh, I'm tired, I'm sore, I don't feel good, I don't want to train. But it's just about showing up, showing up, showing up, showing up. You don't have to have a great session every day, but once you get a session in every day, or once you at least show up to the gym and even watch class or whatever it is, it's just having that constant thing of constantly showing up and constantly staying disciplined and focused. And it's never going to be easy, but anything worth doing is never going to be easy. And if it was easy, anybody would do it. So that's why there's only a select amount of people that are able to do it. And yeah.
And absolutely awesome. It's going to be absolutely wonderful to see. But let's round you out as a person here. Let's talk music a little bit. What are you listening to right now?
I was only saying that I'm a big rap guy. Like, do you know what I mean? I always listen to rap and stuff, but lately I've been I've been mixing it up with the country music. Like, do you know Morgan Wallen recently? I've been listening to his
Look it
recent
up.
album. Yeah, I like his recent album and a few more country songs and stuff like that. And I'm a big Dermot Kennedy fan. He's an Irish singer. I went to see him in concert in the summer, and he's a big Irish singer, and I like a lot of his songs as well.
Man, I know the name Dermot Kennedy. Yeah, that's a big one. I'm surprised that you got into country music because the country that's a different country. Like, why did you get into country? I understand hip hop. I get that 100%.
Yeah,
Why country
yeah.
music though?
But I think I was I don't know what it was on one of the days. I was listening to I was watching some video or something, and there was one of his songs was playing the video. I was like, that's a good song, and then I just started listening to all of his music, and now I have like played half his songs in my playlist. So I'm bumping a lot of country recently. Yeah, I think I might have found a new love for the country music. Yeah.
Man, that's absolutely awesome. All right, and what about anime? Any that you watched growing up, or any that you're watching right now?
No, I'm actually not an anime fan. I've actually never watched it. A few people might hate me for that one, but I've actually never watched it. Yeah, when I was a kid or now, like I just was never really into it. But yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I understand. Now, what about video games? Formative video games when you were growing up, or any video games at the moment?
Yeah, I've always been a big FIFA fan. I've always played FIFA. I'm still playing that now, and then now recently I've been playing a lot of Fortnite. Recently I've been grinding away on the Fortnite and the new Spider-Man game I got recently as well. That's a good one. And I used to be a big Assassin's Creed fan as well back in the day, and I used to have an Xbox 360 as well. I used to play a bit of Halo and stuff like that. So I used to play them games, but now it's more like FIFA, Fortnite. The new Spider-Man game is quite good as well. I'm kind of hooked on that. It's been keeping me going through training camp. Yeah.
I miss Halo just for like the easy nights of like playing games, but now I'm like, Fortnite is a hard one because I don't like getting bullied by children, and that's what Fortnite feels like.
It's a bit annoying sometimes. Turn it on to relax during sessions, and then I'd be playing stressed out the head, getting killed every 10 seconds. But no, it is a bit of crack. Yeah.
Man, yeah, I know. I miss it. I miss it a lot. But yeah, those were the days. And what's your main team on FIFA? What do you play as?
The team I support, so I'm a Manchester City fan. So whenever I'm picking a team, it's always Manchester City. Yeah.
Man, of course, of course. Oh, and I wanted to add in, hey, congratulations on the Montrex sponsorship as well. Tell us a little bit more how this came about. Shout out to them, all that stuff, you know?
Yeah, so it's always been a brand that I've really enjoyed wearing, and I've had like a lot of pieces by the brand like before I was even in talks with them. So it was always a brand that I really enjoyed wearing, and it's a brand that is like insanely popular now in Ireland as well. So it was just a very popular brand, a brand that we really like enjoyed, and there's a lot of fighters that I'm big fans of are sponsored by them as well, like Leon Edwards, Brendan Loughnane, and Dominic Cruz as well. So a lot of these guys that are sponsored by them as well, and we basically like reached out, touched base, and we kind of like were communicating for a while, and then obviously the announcement was last night, and we got it over the line, and I'm just extremely happy. Like it's something that it's a brand that I'm really passionate about, and that I like to wear. So it's not like that I'm putting on in the morning and I'm like, oh, I have to wear this today. It's like something that I'm grateful that I get to be able to wear the brand and to be able to support them and them to be able to support me. And I think it's going to be a great partnership, and I'm really, really happy for it. Yeah.
Man, fighting in the PFL in your own backyard, you've got a corporate sponsor at this point. Like, you must reflect back and like, life is good right now, right?
Yeah, it's I think it's just like a lifetime of hard work. Like it's taken a long time to see like these type of successes or these type of results, and it's like sometimes you have that like, oh, is this gonna happen? Is that it's just that like I'm gonna stick to it until this does happen, and I've kind of manifested like I feel like I've manifested all this stuff. Like I've visualized everything that is happening now already. Like I've seen all of this happen like before, like in my dreams, in my head. Like I've manifested all this to reality. I feel like almost like I've known since I'm a kid, and I've been speaking it out loud since I'm a kid where I'm gonna go, where I'm gonna be, and it's that self belief that I have in myself. It's like it's almost surreal, but I bring myself back to reality and say like, you deserve this, and you've worked hard for this, and it's you've made this happen. So